Hey all, we are in the Dirt series, Dirt Late Models, in at Richmond, which is, a little weird, because it definitely looks more banked in covered in dirt than it does in asphalt. And as per usual, we got a 25% race, which usually is like 25 laps. The different thing is I changed this setup. I changed it in a fundamental way, and I didn't slow it down. I got to get used to driving it a little bit, but yeah, I changed the shocks on it, and I left everything else the same. Ooh, slow me down. Oh, we were very fast here. But I seem to have kind of, I seem to have kind of loosened it up all overall, and I find that very interesting in my quest to find speed across all the Heat series. So we're gonna take this new setup and probably win another dirt race, but I can't say it's my setup because everything else, I'll tell you exactly what I changed. I changed the I changed the wheel lock. I changed all the shocks, and I might have changed the tape one click or something. Maybe the gearing a little bit. I don't remember. A long time I've had this set up. It is a Heat 5 setup, but the cars drive the same. Let's do this. Yeah, I'm turning it too late there. $18 laps. I think I'm turning in too late because I think I'm used to the way the old setup drove here. That's better. There we go. It's a little harder to drive because it's got this, the Dirt Late models have this, I don't know if it's true in today's Dirt Late model. I don't remember this when I drove one, but when you have like an up angle on the nose, so here you are, and it could be the setup too. You know, the nose comes up when you hit the gas kind of thing. You get more acceleration down the straightaways. Wow, he didn't screw it up. Now, the reason why I changed the shocks, actually, was because, for those of you who follow my videos, what I learned at Michigan, different shock setup over there, which might be hurting us. It helped us be faster and more stable, but it might be limiting us in other ways. But I learned something because Michigan is a very fast, on the gas most of the time oval. So is Richmond in dirt here. So I'm just looking at it, I'm like high speed, and I saw the shocks they were running, and they did make a difference in speed, and I'm like, well, what would that do here? And you know what? It seems to have had the same effect, but in a little different way. It's a totally different setup, of course. Whoops, dirt to asphalt. But what it did to me is it kind of freed the whole car up. Made it, I don't know, feel like I can do a lot more with it. Another car, yeah, I couldn't see him. I'll stay low here. And yeah, I know, I'm not, you know, I'm not epically fast. There's a lot of guys faster than me, especially on dirt. But, I learned something. Kind of also one of the reasons why I run dirt too. You know, sometimes you learn a lot about driving from not driving the exact same cars and discipline all the time. So I learned that a long time ago when, before the NASCAR racing games, I had, well, it was NASCAR racing, but it was, you know, not the NASCAR racing, the first one that was called that, 94. But, it was, different. You know, I had, Mario Andretti's Racing Challenge, Bill Elliott's NASCAR Racing Challenge, those games. And, I also, at the same time, I bought, an Indy 500 game. And I think I bought the IndyCar racing game as it came out about the same time. But road courses without a steering wheel, yeah, I couldn't do that. You know, the only thing you had was an Atari controller back then, so it wasn't like it was, you know, an easy prospect. Road courses were just beyond. There were a couple road courses in those games, but you suffered through them, you know. It didn't have a lot of tracks. If I remember correctly, the schedule for Bill Elliott's NASCAR Challenge was 10 races, which included Watkins Glen and Sonoma, the short version, because that's all they ran for like 25 years. And, you know, you suffered through them. And I remember many, many times I could never win all 10 races. And you couldn't change the schedule either. And it was always one or both of the road course races that I didn't win. I'd win like 7 or 8, win the championship, but, you know. And yes, I ran full races back then. Because your options were like the same as you have here, if I remember correctly. It was like, you know, 25, 50. I think they had 75% also, and 100%. And I'm like, well, I want to be a race car driver. I don't want to run half races. I want to run full races. You know? So, 200 laps at Daytona, 500 laps at Bristol. Yeah. What was it? 367 laps, or 367 at Darlington. 500 miles, Southern 500. Yep. Yep. And they were tough. Well, you know what I liked about it is, even though those games were primitive as fuck, they captured the essence of the track somehow, which was very cool. You know, Daytona qualifying was cool. You know, and you also, that was back when you could adjust the spoiler. So, you know, going to qualify at Daytona. Drop that spoiler down. You can hold on to it for 2 laps. That was fun. Oop. Did I mess the camera up? So we did a very successful experiment. I like successful experiments. Learned something. I'm trying to get I just hit the camera button by accident. I'm trying to get it back to that, the one where it, you know, it changes by itself. Because it doesn't tell you, you know, what camera you're on. but it changes like every quarter to half a lap, so if it doesn't change, I'll keep pushing the button. And I could probably, you know, change the setup a little bit. There it is. It was a little too free, but not bad at all. And I've said this before, but I use like on this track, I use like on a super speedway, I use very high wheel lock. It's a 32 wheel lock. Why do I do that? Because I'm on a wheel, number one, and number two, it gives me better control because you gotta swing the wheel around. I mean, you can really, you know, bash your elbows. So in real life, that would be translated into a faster steering box. Whereas on asphalt, high speed, you tend to want a very slow steering box. And relatively so, yes. But I notice a lot of guys use very low wheel lock. On certain, like mile and a half, I'll use like 0. I've gotten used to it. It doesn't turn the wheel too much, because that can cause you lots of issues and, you know, hurt your setup building. I point out in the videos when I'm too tight, you know, I get the wheel turned. You see the wheels turn, but the car isn't turning, or not turning enough. Yeah, that's tight. And you can create that condition by oversteering. I'm literally turning the wheel too much. I would say this is probably a common problem from what I've seen. I watch a lot of races, a lot of video and stuff. And I'm in cockpit, so you gotta watch the replay. But, you know, almost everybody else is not. So you get these tremendous views of what everybody's doing on the track, and you see a lot of guys, you know, yanking the wheel like they're on a dirt track. And that tends to get you worse results, because you can make yourself tight. And then, you know, when you're tight, when you feel it's tight, it's not turning, your first instinct is to loosen it up. But that's not always the best thing to do, or the right thing to do, you know? I've been, you know, going through, you know, I did have a driver coach at one point, yes, very briefly, but I have participated in events where Bob Bondurant and his staff were, you know, there, and, you know, basically they, you know, they weren't there to teach us how to be race car drivers, they teach us the other stuff. But if they see that you have stuff, you know, like everybody I've been in with, when they see me drive, they're in the passenger seat, they're like, do this, and I do that, and they're like, okay, do this, do that, and then they're like, okay, and then they explain to me what they had me do, and they're like, well, see, if you do that, then you can get a little bit better turn through the corner, or speed, or whatnot, and I'm like, oh, cool. I pay attention. I love driving. I love racing. I love, you know, wheeling a car. I don't mind winning a race, you know, by dominating, but I like to earn it, you know. Now, if I go out and we race, and I go out and I beat the crap out of you, it's probably because, you know, I have a gazillion hours and a you know, decent enough setup to match, so, and it's nothing personal. But I don't win all the time. I think it's actually boring to win all the time. It's like, okay, if I win everything, then, you know, I'm a fan too, and that kind of gets boring. I'd like to have a track or tracks that I go to and I struggle at, and then like, okay, well, I finished 3rd last time, finished 2nd this time, or I finished 10th last time, I finished 5th this time, okay, we're moving up. That's why in my videos I'll say stuff like that. You know, I was here, and I you know, I had never gotten, you know, past this position in finishing, and finally we moved up. So we might not have won the race, but we made progress. That's you know, life is all about progress in every way. And I'm at a point in my life where I'm kind of stagnant in progress. So doing this and making some progress is a really cool feeling, and not something I'm experiencing a hell of a lot of the last decade or so. So, you know, health issues. So, you know, it's not critical, but it definitely helps. I still can't get over how good they made this part of the game visually. And, you know, they cleaned it up a little bit for Heat 5, but still. I guess because I run the asphalt like 4 times more often than I do the dirt, and I'm used to the kind of duller look of the asphalt replays and racing. Ah, we nailed it. So, it's a pretty safe bet that I'll end up winning the championship in dirt this year, as I pretty much do every year. I know that's boring, but again, it's more of a diversion, a distraction, a way to make, you know, 180 grand, which is what I make in the other races, to help, you know, flesh out new teams and stuff. And we're hoarding money right now to finance a cup team. I don't know if we'll do it next year. We might wait another season. We might make a kind of a big change, but we'll see how it goes. Still got the rest of the season to worry about. We're about halfway through the dirt season. Yep. Did I do playoffs in the dirt? I didn't mean to do that, but okay. I'm not a fan of playoffs or stages. I accept them. Doesn't mean I have to like them. Not too bad. Yep. That's probably the guy I didn't see when entering turn 3 there. Okay. So, thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, ask me questions. Anything. It says 15 laps because I have it at 25%. Put it back before I forget. Oh, I'm gonna have to put it back to 4 times anyways. I need to work on the truck setup. But thank you, and we'll see you again, hopefully next time at Pocono in the truck. Thank you for watching.